Hey, what's going on? It's me again, the mad scientist of menopause. Today we're looking at another really angry woman out in public, but this time, she's equipped for war.
Fucking say it to your face, you fucking ugly packy fuck, get out of my town.
And what are you? And what
I
are
am
you?
your wife, you motherfucker.
If you blink, you might miss her. She's like a lightning bolt going across the screen. She's riding around on her mobility scooter, fucking drifting around the turns like Dominic Toretto and spewing some racist shit.
You get the fuck out of my town.
Fucking racist bitch?
Yes, I am. I'm
Who the fuck
racist,
you talking
bitch,
to?
and I will.
You fucking racist
You're
bitch?
telling me the truth.
Fuck you! Fucking racist?
So she hits him with some drive-by racism and then takes off into the sunset on her trusty steed. It looks like some shit out of Twisted Metal, like a DLC character.
You're nothing to me. You're fucking stinky fuck.
Look who's talking, look at your feet, you crusty woman!
Look at my feet. Yeah, you know what? I'm a witch. We're supposed to be grounded, you dumb fuck. You know nothing about witches. You want to fuck with me? You'll see what happens.
She looks like a goofy skin for Urgot from League of Legends. There's a lot to unpack here. So after spectators pointed out that she's barefoot, which makes her gross, she claimed that it's because she's a witch. Now, I'm no expert on the occult or witchcraft, but I have to imagine there's no reason for witches to be barefoot. You know, at least if TikTok's taught me anything, you can be a witch if you just have 3 eggs that you slam together and you can claim that you're a witch or a warlock or something. Really, I just feel like that's a big lie. Like, how do I know she's not a hobbit, which is why she's barefoot? And her explanation of needing to be grounded doesn't make any sense unless she's an electrical outlet in somebody's home. You know, you don't need to be barefoot to be grounded. And she's not even on the ground. She's on a scooter. Not even a broom. So there's just plenty of ways to poke holes in this condom of witchcraft that she's trying to claim. It's ridiculous.
Because of the fucking curry all over my parts, the spices. Disgusting! In the fucking language. Disgusting! Yep, that's fucking right. I'm the Canadian here. I'll fucking speak my languages, but fuck you and yours.
Ruth is out here riding dirty. I love the little skull sticker on the back of her mobility scooter. She treats it like it's a Harley Davidson motorcycle and she's part of the Hells Angels. I've tried so fucking hard to read that sticker, going like full CSI on it, trying to enhance beyond human capabilities, and I just can't figure out what it says. I think it says sock goop, but that doesn't make any sense unless that's the name of her scooter gang she belongs to at the retirement home.
It's
actually quite entertaining.
No, not goodbye. You goodbye. I don't have to goodbye. You didn't pay for shit yet. You don't even live here. So fuck you.
You're so lucky you have my child, and you're older. Otherwise, you're
Oh yeah? You fucking, are you scare me? You fucking scare me? You fucking scare me?
Kids all
I don't care. They don't
We're
even
in a park.
understand English. You fucking scare me.
She's got to be careful out here. That bad boy's going to run out of juice any minute now. The battery life on those things isn't great, and she's going to get herself stranded here and need life alert. She's talking mighty big for someone in such a vulnerable position. 1 slash tire, and she's stuck there for the rest of her fucking life. She'll starve to death because she won't be able to waddle around and get any nutrients. Like, she's going to need AAA services if someone even sticks their foot out and causes, like, a small flat tire.
Chill out! Don't swear in front of my daughter!
I have my daughter in my house.
You know what? Don't fucking talk your language in front of me then, and I won't.
She's
I don't
speaking
even know
your
my language. Otherwise, fuck you.
Those fingers are rated E for everyone. She's been tossing these out left and right, giving them away like candy on Halloween to trick-or-treaters.
Why are you freaking out? You're in a public place right now. You know how embarrassing you are?
Exactly.
You're embarrassing yourself.
Are you fucking serious? Or seriously fuck?
Go.
Look at everybody around you. Doesn't matter what color you are, what race you are.
This lady looks and sounds like a cartoon character. Just look at her face right here. She looks like the sad Pepe Twitch emote.
How many colored people are around you right now?
Like, just go home.
Wow. Look all around you.
Why?
There's
What
so
are you
many
gonna
colored
do if
people
I
in
don't
there.
go home?
This is why
I don't have to go home. I am home, you dumb fuck.
It absolutely blows my mind how people like her feel so confident in their own safety that they'll just insult and threaten everyone around them and expect them to do nothing. She is not tough. I wouldn't exactly picture her when I think of the word strength and combat ability. Unless there's some hidden Gatling guns turrets strapped to that mobility scooter, I just don't see her winning a fight against anyone or anything. Like, even like a small squirrel would be enough to take her out. And yet she's so confident that she's inviting people to fight her. What are you going to do about it? Those are fighting words. And she's very lucky nobody lifted even a finger to challenge her.
That's not nice.
Everybody who knows you.
Get off of me, you fucking... Get off of me!
Then go home.
Get off of me!
Another one.
You're not supposed to touch me!
Don't.
Did I say nobody challenged her? I fucking lied to you. Whoops. Old Grandpappy had enough of sitting in the front row witnessing this nonsense, this tomfoolery. So he steps up to the plate and he's just gonna push, he was trying to push the accelerator to just like blast her out of there, which she thwarted the attempt of, but she made a crucial miscalculation that nearly cost her her life. She struck this man. This guy looks like he's been through 15 wars. It looks like Ric Flair out here. And he reacted instinctually. He brought up a fist. He threw up a set. You know, he brought up the grandpa fist, and then he stopped himself. He's like, oh my god, I can't do this. He stopped himself. He had self-control. But for a brief moment, I bet that put the fear of God in that lady. And then she resorted right back to being the cowardly pussy that all of these people are. She starts threatening to call the cops, even though she's the one that's been causing this whole disturbance, encouraging fighting and violence. And then the second somebody actually kind of challenges her, it's the police, you're going too far, oh my god, oh Jesus, good lord, Jiminy Cricket, get the fuck away, I'm calling the cops.
Yeah, don't make
I
any
do too.
I am
Go
a police
home,
officer.
ma'am.
You are not.
Why are you
Oh,
causing
what
a
an
scene?
example you are.
Go home. This is a total embarrassment. They're causing a scene in front of all these young children for nothing. For nothing.
You do it to yourself. You do it to yourself.
Aw, she's so quirky with her little dance. I really respect everyone around her being able to keep their cool for the most part and keep a level head. I don't know how they do it. That level of self-control always shocks me. Because I feel like if you see this in public, you're just going to be throwing tomatoes at them. Like, that's like the natural human instinct. Like, it's a bad performance at a talent show. You just start throwing tomatoes, like, get the fuck out of here. You know, I don't know how people are able to just stand there calmly and let this kind of racist nonsense continue. She's a giant piece of shit. But yeah, anyway, I thought this was a little wild adventure here and I wanted to share it. That's about it. So yeah. I know it may not look like it now since I've gotten my life together and beaten the addiction, but I used to be a hardcore junkie. I was addicted to a controlled substance known as Karen videos. And I'm starting to admittedly fall back off the wagon. I'm getting back deep into the content and I can't help but inject that shit straight into my veins. Last night during YouTube night on stream, someone recommended another beautiful Karen freakout. YouTube night, for those of you that don't know, is on my Twitch streams, twitch.tv/moistcritical. Every couple of days we watch some goofy, fucking wacky videos, just enjoying it together, eating popcorn, eating pussy, and it's just a good old time. If you're not there watching my Twitch streams, you've already fucked up in life, so just make sure to be there for the next one. It's a sacred night when it comes to watching YouTube. But anyway, this is the one we found last night, and then this morning when I woke up, I was greeted by a brand new Karen freakout on Twitter, like literally the first thing I saw when I woke up. Which tells me it's probably a sign from the universe that it's not a bad addiction to want more Karen content. In fact, it's probably healthy, and it seems like fate is encouraging it. So, I'm watching a lot more Karen content again, and god damn it, I've missed it. It's kind of quiet. Open the door so I can hear it better.
Give me the fucking Wi-Fi before you get arrested and your mom. Because I
Call her bluff.
need the Wi-Fi.
She can't get in without the Wi-Fi password.
You have 2 seconds.
She'll never pass the retina scanners.
Wi-Fi. I need the Wi-Fi.
Well, is this sign language? It's been a long time since I took a sign language course.
Doggy, dead.
Oh, thank you.
You're not gonna fuck with me, dude. Because when you're outside by yourself one day, you're gonna be
Thanks, resub Teddy. Those eyebrows desperately want to become one unit, but she is just not letting them.
okay. So what are we gonna do?
Just embrace the unibrow, goddammit. Make them whole again. Is this... I feel like I'm being pranked. Is this CGI? Like a cutscene or something? She looks animated.
Pills to get your fucking nose done, and it's still
Like one of those Pixar villains.
your mom. She lost her case in eviction in court. So guess what, bitch?
Oh, I see what it is. It's having the Godzilla effect.
Long time.
Her mouth doesn't match the words.
Just give me the Wi-Fi, or you don't have Wi-Fi.
Bit desynced.
There's ways around that.
Wi-Fi. Take the dog. Pussy.
Wow, you had to think about that?
You harpy.
I would have said my dog. Not your fault your mom's a bitch and forth and this way. Not your fault. My mom was the same way to me. Hence why I'm a cut now.
Oh, well, I mean, at least there's a little level of self-awareness.
Talk shit or have a nasty attitude.
This is like a therapy session. I don't care about your mom.
Not allowing it. But you're being a little bitch. What do you expect for me to fucking do?
True.
You want to have like a little bitch?
It is your fault, after all.
Chaos in my life?
Give her the Wi-Fi password, damn it.
Guess what it is? You know you're getting charged with a felony for falsely reporting all those PTS cases, right?
For what? False... What was that? Charged with a felony for falsely imprisoning over U.S. airspace? What did she say?
Falsely reporting all those PTS cases, right?
What?
You know you're getting charged with a felony for falsely reporting all those PTS cases, right?
What is that, like a curse or something? Was that even English?
By law, New
Was that a
York
spell?
State, you should do your research. I live here. You forgot that I live here?
Mm-hmm. Hey now, who's there? Oh, just you again. You pranked me.
You have a bitch sister-in-law? But when you killed yourself, I was there.
Yourself? What?
Right, you little ungrateful little bitch?
Damn, this is taking all kinds of twists. What is it? She's spirit or something?
I told you that they have to call
I
Optimum.
have a psychology class. Unlike you, I go to school every fucking day.
What?
Okay.
This has been 8 months. Surely she's made a statement, a press release? I think in cases like these, like if a video goes viral like this, they should just arrest this woman just to talk to her. Just charge her with like a public nuisance or something, just so that we could have her like on record, documented. Kind of like a rare animal. You know, like tag their ears, so that way you know when you've seen them before. Pretty solid, not the most eventful, you know, not the most action-packed, but there's also nothing wrong with a more passive encounter with a Karen. I just really enjoy them in all shapes and sizes. I think they're all beautiful. And then today I saw this one, which is just another wonderful adventure. This happened at the glorious hotspot of Burger King. Probably the first time 2 people have been at Burger King since 2001. Every Burger King I've seen in the last couple decades has been completely abandoned, with maybe only a couple workers' cars nearby and no customers. But maybe that's just my area. Maybe Burger King really is like the cool spot where everyone goes after school or something somewhere else in the world, but it's just not here. So seeing like any kind of confrontation at Burger King was shocking to me.
Get out of the goddamn way.
No
This
accident.
lady right here.
She cut me off to get to the takeout to
Are
the
you drunk?
Burger
Because
King.
you can't even get your words
And-
together.
And almost hit me when I was trying to get in.
I
Went
almost
all
hit
around
you.
me and cut in front of me. I don't usually get upset, but this is.
Y'all, look how close I am. This is almost hitting them. This is almost hitting them. I am not the one to play with.
A Karen and her cell phone, the most dangerous combination since bleach and ammonia. A Karen with her cell phone is like King Arthur with his Excalibur. Truly an unstoppable force of annoyance and pettiness. So, again, to break it down, she's mad because she didn't get her Whopper in the timely fashion she wanted to because they were behind this car and they didn't like that. So the car that they're blocking, well, they're not blocking it at the moment. They were blocking the car and then they got out of the car in order to call the police. And it's all because they thought they deserved to be able to cut in line because they really wanted that fucking Whopper, I guess. So old fucking Eustace and Muriel come drifting around the corner and the lady filming doesn't let them cut, so they block the car, hold up the line, and then eventually get out of the car to call the police on them. I can also tell the 911 conversation's not going as smoothly as she thought. The Karen probably thought she'd call 911 and say, I need help at Burger King, and they would have sent the fucking SWAT unit out there to give her fucking Whopper. But it's clearly not happening that way, so she's starting to really reach, like, she almost hit me, even though the car is, like, fucking 50 miles away from her. Unless this Karen has some kind of, like, crazy disjointed hitbox like Super Smash Bros. Melee, she was in no danger of being hit here. But she's trying everything just to get a police officer out there.
This is a Karen and a Ken. A Karen and a Ken. Yes, please. Come on, cops. Come on down here. here, please.
I'll be honest, I feel bad for her husband here. You can tell that he's so fucking embarrassed. He can't even look this lady in the eyes. He can't take his eyes off of the pavement here, just looking down. This is absolutely not the first time his wife has embarrassed him like this. He reminds me of like a sad puppy who has shit owners but is still loyal to them just because they have a good heart. I actually do feel bad for this guy. I don't think he even says a single word throughout this whole interaction here, at least not while the camera's rolling.
I think the police is here. Yeah, he's here.
You see how petty this
All right,
is?
I can move now.
You see how petty this is?
The world's most unlucky police officer arrives in order to get the full breakdown of the situation and the synopsis here. Pretty much what I just told you is what gets explained, and then the lady filming just pulls through the drive-thru and gets her food. So a happy ending. I like to imagine that the Karen got arrested just for taking up valuable time of a 911 dispatcher. But anyway, I just wanted to share this one just because I find it very enjoyable to see this happen at Burger King. This is probably the best marketing they've had in years. Burger King's known for the worst marketing ever, like that time they made a tweet on like National Women's Day saying women belong in the kitchen as a way of garnering shock and hate to promote their program that helps pay for scholarships for women or something. Burger King's known for horrible marketing. This is quite literally probably the best marketing they've had in years. So yeah, anyway, that's about it. See ya. Every single one of us has turned to Google in our time of need when it comes to asking questions. Whether it's medical related, like, you know, I jammed my finger playing basketball, what now? You'll get a million results telling you that what actually happened is you've contracted the bubonic plague. Or you ask for simple tutorials, how to replace your air filters, and you'll get WikiHow guides that just have you taking apart your air conditioning unit. Or Quora, God forbid, giving you the absolute worst advice this world has ever seen. Point is, every question we have gets asked to Google, and sometimes you get terrible responses that are outright wrong. And I think this is most prevalent when it comes to phone and technology-related inquiries. I'm sure all of us are guilty of trying the wet phone in rice thing. That was so popular, and as far as I know, actually did work in some cases where if you like drop your phone in the toilet or in the sink or something, you immediately take it out and put it in a thing of rice, and then like in an hour or a day or whatever, it's better and fixed. Well, it doesn't work for every possible water-related damage to a phone. And that was a lesson that this guy learned the hard way and was not ready to accept, so he made a massive fucking scene about his phone being repaired.
Someone just told me this morning, I'm talking about a water-damaged phone.
Okay.
Someone told me this morning that they put a whole video camera in a bag of white rice and it solved the problem.
Okay.
Why would it not solve this?
This guy looks so familiar, and I can't figure out why. I don't know if it's this leather biker jacket he's got on that makes him look like one of the greasers from The Outsiders or what. Maybe he just resembles a famous actor, like a young Bryan Cranston is what I keep coming back to, but I can't quite put my finger on it. But anyway, he's upset because his phone got repaired, but he's thinking he got scammed because someone said he could have just put it in white rice and fixed the whole thing as if it's some kind of panacea. Like white rice is this miracle potion that'll fix any phone damage.
Because white rice does not repair an electrical connection that's damaged.
How do you know what was wrong in there?
I went through
You didn't need to.
I went through it and looked, and I found the problem.
I asked you if white rice would repair it.
You
said no.
So you're saying the difference between brown rice, which you tried...
I didn't try brown rice.
I really wish we had the beginning of this, because it seems like they got into an argument of white rice versus brown rice and what's better at repairing damaged phones. Like, I feel like we've just gone back to the Middle Ages, as if I took a phone back to, you know, the Shire, and I have to consult the local hobbit shaman when my iPhone's damaged. Like, hey, how do I fix this? I dropped it in the pond over there washing my clothes. And he's like, oh, well, Charles, have you tried white rice? Like... I understand the white rice strategy life hack has worked maybe once or twice, or even more. I couldn't tell how effective it is, but it's not going to fix everything. If his phone was left in the water for a while and all the electrical circuits were kind of fried, white rice isn't going to somehow magically repair that. It's going to dry it out, great, but it's not going to all of a sudden like reassemble those connections. I'm not an expert here, but I would trust the person who is. And this is such a nonsensical argument on brown rice or white rice. Neither one of them is going to solve that problem, which this guy just does not seem to understand.
It's on camera. That's what you said yesterday.
I said brown rice, but I did not say. I said I said rice. I did not say white rice. White rice will repair that.
You have said 3 different things since you've stood here.
And you lied to me.
No.
You lied to me.
Not once.
Let's just wait till the cops get here.
Okay.
Okay.
God, I hate that stupid smirk he keeps doing here. Just so smug. Gives him the most punchable face on the planet. Just a face that's begging for a knuckle sandwich. His attitude too, oh, it's so repulsive. What a piece of shit. You can tell he's having a great time arguing. He's getting off on it. You can actually just feel him busting nuts in his tight little trousers there at how much fun he's having, making this worker's day a little worse, just arguing over nothing. His phone is repaired now, but he's upset because he could have done it with white rice, he says. Well then, break your phone again and prove your point. I want you to now go into that employee bathroom, drop it in the toilet, leave it there for a couple minutes, take it out, put it in white rice, and see if it fixes it. And when it doesn't, I'm charging you triple. I'd also love to know his thought process on getting the cops involved. What are they going to do? Sir, what seems to be the problem? This scam artist, this snake oil salesman fixed my phone when I could have just put it in rice. Throw him in the slammer, please.
I could take it apart and show you exactly.
I don't care what was wrong because all it did was slide in water, sir. You told me flat out white rice will not repair that. Flat out.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It won't.
Okay. Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know what this fucking guy thinks white rice is capable of. Does he think they're like little nanobots that go in there and repair electrical devices? Like, I don't get it. I don't know why he thinks white rice is just this all-powerful entity that can fix all phones. I know for a fact he's not talking to people in person about this conundrum. He absolutely consulted his reptilian Facebook group and all of them were talking about white rice and chemtrails. So now he charged this place just to be an asshole here. Like, it's so upsetting to see. He fixed your phone already, man. Leave him alone. If you want to go use white rice and brown rice, or, Jesus Christ, even wild rice if we're talking, you know, magic, then go ahead and do that next time. This guy's such a confusing, stupid asshole as well. He said that the employee lied to him, telling him that rice wouldn't work, which it wouldn't, I imagine. But if you went to this store to get your phone repaired, why would you even ask about rice without trying it yourself? Why would you drive all the way there and then ask them about rice when apparently all your friends know better than the expert? Why not just try the rice first and see if it worked? And when that didn't work, go to this guy. Why do this first and then come back complaining about, you know, rice was an option?
Well, what you hear and what I actually did are two different things.
I don't care what you did.
Yeah, you.
No, I don't.
Okay, so what kind of world do you live in where what is actually repaired and what you're told are two different things, and you don't care to know the truth?
I do care to know the truth.
Okay.
You can't handle the truth, you fucking wax statue. This man has told you a million times rice wouldn't work, and you don't know if rice 100% would have. I'm very confident that rice probably wouldn't have, and I don't even know the situation here. So, like, I don't know why he's even having this argument. It's so fucking worthless. He's just here to make a scene because he's got nothing else going on in his life, and he's just one of those people that thrive on controversy, so he's here, and he's just enjoying the misery of this whole situation.
I've been told by many people that white rice will do it.
Okay.
I come in here to your business, you tell me it won't.
I can tell you the world is flat.
A lot of people will tell me it won't. It isn't.
Exactly.
Now the NPC's glitching out here. He can't wrap his head around what just happened. He made himself look like an even bigger fool. He's such a stupid douchebag. This again just highlights my point that there is no winning when it comes to customer service. This guy did his job well, did exactly what the customer asked him to do, fix my phone. He did it, and there was still a problem. The man came back the next goddamn day to make a big hoopla about it. It's so frustrating to watch. Again, my heart goes out to anyone working in a field that involves dealing with customers. Like, it's miserable, and I'm wishing you the absolute best. I also hope that the second this video ended, this guy left the store and it was a torrential downpour. Just an absolute monsoon. A biblical storm blew through and once again waterlogged his phone, immediately breaking it. And then he went home, tried rice, and the whole goddamn thing just blew up. And now he's gonna have to get a new phone. That's if there's any justice in the world, that's how that played out in my fanfic. Anyway, that's really about it. So yeah. Being a fast food worker has to be one of the most dangerous jobs in America. Second only to a firefighter, maybe. Over the last, 3 or 4 months, I'd say, Things have been reaching this crescendo of madness in the fast food industry. Pretty much every day I'll hop on Twitter and see like 5 new viral clips of public meltdowns or freakouts or fights at fast food restaurants like McDonald's, Dairy Queen, Burger King. God bless any soul that eats at Burger King. May the Lord have mercy on you. You know, just every restaurant having all of these wild over-the-top freakouts, and sometimes it just leads to death. You can Google any fast food restaurant right now and probably find 6 or 7 fatalities that occurred there just this week. It's been getting scary. Like 2 months ago, there was that shooting at Subway where a guy just shot one of the workers, killed them because he had too much mayo on his sandwich. That's fucking horrifying. Getting blasted because you went a little heavy on the mayo? Like, what is this? Mad Max in the Thunderdome? It's scary. Like, you never know what you're going to encounter at a fast food restaurant, whether you're going to see wiener or see a giant fight. Like, anything's on the table. Sometimes people aren't coming in there for food, they're coming in there to just fuck shit up. So I genuinely do think there's a lot of danger associated with working in the fast food industry right now. I don't know if it's always been this way, or if it's like just getting worse for some reason. I couldn't tell you, but since since smartphones are so common right now, you can see all of this happening every single day across the country. And a lot of it's really entertaining freakouts, like the one I'll show you right now. But then there's just a lot of really fucking scary ones too. Like, my heart genuinely does break for anyone in the service industry, and I wish you nothing but the best. I, again, don't get why it's always fast food restaurants. It's like the second people walk through the doors, they just get hit by like some kind of frequency that turns their brain into like an aggressive fucking primal caveman brain. Like in Kingsman, where Valentine had that chip in the phone that made everyone fight each other in a church. Like, I feel like that's what's happening at fast food restaurants right now.
Give me my meal! My fucking store! Fuck you! Give me my fucking meal! Where's my... You fucking goof! Where's my fucking... Give me my fucking meal!
Unfortunately, we missed the introduction here and what led up to the confrontation. I guess the cameraman was too busy getting the popcorn together instead of filming, but I'll fill you in on the details. So this happened at a Dairy Queen, and the lady in this video here, this angel, she was spending about 20 minutes in the bathroom smoking meth. You know, meth and Dairy Queen go together like peanut butter and jelly. So she took a long time smoking her meth, and in that time, her meal got cold. So she asked for a replacement, demanding she get another meal because hers was cold. They declined because, obviously, it was her fault. She smoked meth for 20 minutes in their shitter. So why is she entitled to a brand new free meal? And in the beginning of this video, you can hear the manager like shouting, and he's getting real guttural with it. I got really concerned that he was going to start serving some knuckle sandwiches on the secret food menu here. I thought we were going to see a fight, but he showed tremendous restraint even though the lady did swing on him and started making a real ruckus. But you know what is worth making a ruckus over? G Fuel's buy one get one deal going on right now, where you buy one energy tub and get one free. So why not hop over to G Fuel right now and get some Divine Peach in this special offer? You can click the link in the description below.
Oh yeah, we have it.
I am not leaving until I get my fucking meal!
You can throw whatever you want.
Give me my fucking meal!
Getting shit. They said they're coming.
You fucking goof!
They said they're coming.
What, you're gonna just fuck me for my fucking meal?
I'm sorry you let it sit there for 20 minutes while you're in
My
the
fucking burger goof!
Man.
Now she's using a pretty high-level strategy for inciting violence. She's using fighting words, calling him a goof. She says multiple times, "You goof." And when she notices that the manager's unaffected by these words, she got a little more violent by like throwing milkshakes and just spilling shit all over the place. Just disrupting it, you know, ruining perfectly good milkshakes in the process.
Give me my fucking meal!
No.
What do you mean no?
Because you let it sit there for 20 minutes. That's not our fault. That's not our fault you let it sit.
You are a fucking goof. I can fucking...
I hope you know that the police, yeah, the police are on their way.
I don't really give a fuck.
They will.
You are a fucking... You're
Hey!
you want to be a tough guy? You're a stud cunt.
Now I'll be the first to admit I didn't know Dairy Queen served full cakes, but there is a really pretty cake sitting on the counter right there that became the victim of this lady's wrath. She banished it to the shadow realm. It was such an outstanding looking dessert, you know, a beautiful cake, probably for some child's birthday party or maybe to celebrate them getting a new badge in the Boy Scouts, and this lady just fucking ruins it. Now the manager informs her that the police are on the way, which I personally think was a strategic blunder. You know, that's like the ace in the hole. That's something you should keep to yourself, like a, you know, keep that up your sleeve. keep her there, because now that he's informed her of it, now she makes, quick work of getting out of there. From what I understand, though, when the police do get called by a restaurant, they usually show up like an hour later. They don't take it super seriously. At least in most of the reports I was reading about these kind of situations, they're not super prompt in showing up, and when they do get there, it's already resolved itself and they don't do much for it. So it's usually just something like, if you're gonna call them, maybe let it be a surprise for the person you're calling him on, so that way they might still stick around for an hour. Like, I bet if he didn't tell her, she would have stuck around for another hour smoking meth, maybe like throwing napkins next once she ran out of milkshakes to destroy. He could have kept stalling her at the very least, and then she'd face some kind of repercussions for this, but the video ends with her just leaving.
I did. They heard you yelling.
You're such a fucking loser.
They heard you yelling. They said they're selling somebody
I heard that
immediately.
one too, you fucking repeato.
I'm sorry that you went and smoked meth in the bathroom for 20 minutes. Leave our store and never come back.
A lot of things can be said about this woman, not all of them positive, but I will give her one compliment. She is the queen of uncommon insults. Like, this is shit I would have never expected to hear during a heated argument. She calls him a goof, a loon, which, as I understand it, is like calling him crazy, which is a weird thing to be saying. Like, he's just kind of standing there doing his job. I don't know what he's done that's like crazy. And then she also calls him repeato, because he said the same thing twice. So I mean, she's got some zingers that she's tossing out here, some real humdingers. So yeah, that one was making the rounds on Twitter today, but I figured I'd give you a little bonus freak out, a little dessert. This one's from 2019, but is going viral again. I think I saw it yesterday or the day before. It's a woman who got extremely upset that the restaurant was out of beef patties, so she went and got a baseball bat and beat the fuck out of their windows.
She was just like, you're lying, the beef patties are ready, and why they're not ready, you're lying.
Says then she left and came back 5 minutes later, and that's Dirk. Cops say it happened January 15th at the East 169th Street restaurant. The suspect, with a baseball bat, smashed the store glass.
This really made me want to try those beef patties if they're worth this much effort. She stayed mad for like a whole 5 or 10 minutes because the beef patties weren't instantly ready. Like, it's not even like they were out of beef patties, they just weren't immediately ready to serve. So they must be so delectable, so exquisite, that if they're not immediately in your mouth when you're thinking about them, it'll make you this upset. This almost worked like an ad campaign. Our patties slap so fucking hard, they're worth going to jail over. They said it cost like $2,000 to repair the glass, and it was a big hassle, obviously. But yeah, I just wanted to share a couple of fast food freakouts again, because it's all over the place. It's happening all the time now. Granted, this second instance here was from a couple years back, but for some reason, all of these freakouts are being shared now like they're happening in real time, so I'm constantly exposed to it, and regardless, I still think it's a pretty dangerous job. You never know exactly what's going to be happening at a fast food spot, I suppose, but anyway, that's about it. See ya. See ya. You guys know me. I love a good freakout where someone completely fails to control their emotions and makes an absolute fool out of themselves in public. But you know what I love more than that? A good story. But what happens when a good story meets a good public meltdown? You get a piece of art. Something that not even Leonardo da Vinci could paint. He couldn't portray such beauty. And today I'm happy to say we were blessed with this perfect storm. We got an absolutely wonderful apocalyptic explosion in public over nothing, and an incredible narrative to accompany it.
Do you have a vagina?
I don't know. That's kind of my business. Do you?
Do you have a vagina? I couldn't imagine a stronger intro. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was my dog. She just scared me. She must have been having a dream and kicked my chair. I thought for sure an earthquake had just hit Florida. Wow. Alright, now that my heart rate's come down after that jump scare, what I was saying is this is one of the finest beginnings to any fairy tale I've ever heard. Like, imagine if Harry Potter had started with a question like this: do you have a vagina? It immediately sets the tone for the rest of this video here.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to ask.
You're the one asking me what gender I am.
I didn't ever ask you that.
You're asking my pronouns.
I didn't ask that either.
Do I look like a man?
I don't know what you
Do
look
I
like.
sound like a man?
Maybe, I don't know.
There's a lot to unpack here, so let's pour some milk on this cereal. The lady on the street is accusing the person filming of asking her pronouns or something, which apparently never happened. The context for what led up to this is this lady who's on the street right now causing a bit of a ruckus. She was eating at this restaurant and then claimed that the restaurant served her cat meat instead of chicken. So naturally she was outraged. I don't know what the restaurant was, but the only place I could imagine serving you cat meat is Burger King, and it would probably be better than their normal menu. So she's upset, thinking that she didn't get the chicken she had rightfully paid for, and she's making a big hoopla about it. Apparently, she had threatened to go get assault rifles, which I imagine is implying she'll come shoot up the place. She was also apparently throwing things at the window of the restaurant, which is when this person started filming this freakout. And that's where we're coming in here into the story. So we're already in like Act 2 of this play, but now you know what led up to this moment. I also forgot to mention that shortly before recording, she was allegedly throwing around slurs as well. Now I'd like to focus a bit on when she says, "Do I sound like a man?" Because she does something very interesting here, and I don't know if you caught it. I'll play it again.
Do I look like a man?
I don't know what you
Do
look
I
like.
sound like a man?
Maybe, I don't know.
When she says, "Do I sound like a man?" she does it in a goofy accent that sounds like a Scottish professor. I don't know why. I guess some wires got crossed in her brain or something, or perhaps she really believes that every man sounds like a distinguished Scottish gentleman, but it is such a beautiful, like, flair to her sentence that I couldn't help but point it out.
Do I stand like a man?
What does a man stand like? Oh, then I guess no.
This is my favorite part. Do I stand like a man? And then she strikes this ballet recital pose. She gets into like this wide stance. It looks like she's about to go into an improper deadlift. These kind of reminds me of like when kangaroos flex. You know, where they throw their arms out and you see like all their bicep veins and shit like that? It's the same pose. Yeah, don't mind me. Just a dude posting up, just standing like a man. Because that's how all men stand. I've never seen a human being stand that way, let alone just some guy. I don't know what's going on here. It's like a video game NPC that's starting to malfunction here. Like her animations are getting messed up, so her idle animations all kind of like janky. It's just a wild ride. And I've seen a few people talk about it, and they've said that this may have been like mental illness or something, and it's impossible to know for sure. But I've seen a lot of freakouts. I wouldn't necessarily call myself an expert, but I'm not far off from my degree either in analyzing meltdowns, I'd speculate. So I'll go ahead and pass my professional opinion here. I think that this is probably substance-induced. I've seen a lot of these kind of things, and they all have one thing in common. Typically, some sort of substance leads to an outburst like this. So that's my little armchair analysis here. But again, I don't know for sure, and if it is mental illness related, hopefully she gets the help she needs. But threatening to bring assault rifles to shoot up the place is not acceptable under any circumstance, nor is throwing rocks at the place and throwing around a lot of slurs.
Yeah, record me. Are you recording? You sneaky bitch, are you fucking recording me right now?
I'm holding my phone.
Okay, good. Call 911.
They're already on the way.
Perfect, you can't wait to talk to the officer. Stop! Stop! Oh, stop! Stop! Fuck you! Fuck you guys!
You've got to love a happy ending. I want to give massive props to the person filming this. They did an amazing job. The conversation that they engaged on, like that back and forth, seemed like something out of a cartoon. It was so well done. They were able to respond to the lady's wild questions so quickly. Do I stand like a man? Strikes the pose. Well, no, I guess not in that case. Just really impressive stuff, and I love this cut from can't wait for the cops to get here to being arrested. Like, you couldn't draw it up any better than that. So, to give a little context what happened here, after the initial, back and forth and the do I stand like a man and her fucking going hog wild on that pose, she left and then came back, but this time was a little more combative. The cops were called, cops arrived, and she was arrested. I don't know exactly what led to the arrest, because typically what would happen in a case like this is the cops just tell her to get out of here, scram, skedaddle. I'm assuming she got very combative with the officers as well. So, Pretty rough set of circumstances, but I don't think the person filming did anything wrong. Threatening to shoot up the restaurant and throwing rocks at it, you know, that's definitely grounds to at least, you know, getting the authorities there to say, hey, no, please leave. You know, at the very least. Now, this is where the story wraps up. There's still a few plot holes here that I don't have the answer to. Whether or not the restaurant was actually serving cat meat remains to be seen. I'm sure there will be a thorough investigation after she files her claim on it. I would venture a guess saying that probably not. I think it'd be a lot harder to get cat meat than it would be just to get chicken in the first place. Like, you can find chicken everywhere now. You can fucking find chicken in a dumpster outside. I could throw a rock right now and probably hit a giant chicken breast. It's just so readily available. Whereas cat meat, it seems a little bit harder to source. So, you know, I wasn't there. I didn't taste it. And even if I did, I don't know if I'd be able to identify the taste of cat over chicken. My palate's not that fine-tuned. So we don't know for sure whether or not it was cat or chicken. I'm going to go ahead and throw my hat in here and say it was probably chicken. Thus, I don't think there was any reason for this giant meltdown in the first place. There's so few instances of a justified public freakout where I'm actually rooting for the person going ballistic. Most of the time, it's just a minor inconvenience that gets blown way out of proportion by somebody. But the ones where I do root for the person going wild are the ones where it's like in court and the person who murdered a family member or did something heinous to a family member gets beat up by that family, or somebody like goes after them and gets a few rogue punches in before the cops separate them. I'm always pumping my fist saying, you know what, great. But aside from those extreme cases, it's never worth embarrassing yourself like this in public at all. Anyway, I just wanted to share this one with you because I found it to be an entertaining, short little freak out, and that's really about it. So yeah. When you think of a hero, the first thing that pops in your head is probably like Spider-Man or Iron Man or something. But for me, when I think of a hero, I think of anyone who has to work in retail, food service, reservations, any job where you have to interact with a customer. Those are the real heroes. I have always said and always will say that any job that requires you to interact with customers is an absolute nightmare. Hell on earth. You're constantly experiencing the worst humanity has to offer every single day. Swallowing rusty nails would be less painful. And I think that's something that everyone on this planet can agree on, that rude customers are the lowest of the low. I have more respect for cockroaches than I do some douchebag that's melting down in public, yelling at an employee over something they had no control over in the first place. It is one of my biggest pet peeve. In fact, I'd say it's probably my biggest pet peeve. I hate that shit. And today there was a video that was going pretty viral on TikTok about a guy who posted his own meltdown at GameStop, and it is so embarrassing I couldn't help but just talk about it a little bit today. Let me show you it.
Hey, what's going on, man?
How you doing?
Listen, I'm recording you just because I've had the hardest time returning this. So if you tell me no, I'm gonna go ahead and sue GameStop.
I see this shit all the time. If you don't help me fix this problem that is my fault, I'm going to sue the entire company. Well, like, what do you expect them to do? Start groveling like, oh no, please, don't sue the company. Oh no, oh goodness gracious, oh please, anything but that, shaking their fist. I'll do anything to fix it. Oh god, just let me rectify this situation. Like, why do you expect the employee to give a fuck if you sue the company? Why is this GameStop employee all of a sudden gonna try and defend the company, the corporation, like, oh no, you will not. I will not allow you to besmirch the good name of GameStop like this. I will fix your problem immediately, now that you've threatened legal action. Like, they have no say-so in the corporation. You know, this guy isn't John GameStop here. Like, he doesn't care. Who the fuck cares? I just can't wrap my head around this, like, 4-year-old thought process here. If I go after the company, surely the employee is now going to be able to magically fix my issue. It's not their company. They don't care. They're just an employee of it. It's not like they're married to it. It's not, you know, they don't care. They shouldn't care. It just makes no sense to me. But all power to this guy. If you want to sue GameStop and lose all your money in legal fees, please, go right ahead. It'll be a really fun, goofy headline to read. I implore you to sue GameStop. And it's really silly in this case because it's GameStop. It's not exactly a booming corporation. Like, what are you going to sue GameStop for? Their NFTs? Like you really stand to gain nothing out of it anyway? The whole thing is just a fucking disaster, and this guy's an absolute clown.
You know you have nothing to do with this. I just need somebody to tell me no on video so I can go ahead and sue GameStop.
A brief moment of self-awareness where he acknowledges that the employee had nothing to do with this situation, but then still continues to make a big scene out of it. Jesus Christ, it's so painful. I'd rather teabag a barrel of plutonium.
I'm just trying to get my money back here. I bought the PS5 bundle, and then they made me buy a whole bundle, which isn't even on my receipt. I didn't sign no contract under you guys' policy. It's just unopened things are returnable.
They didn't pass you the receipt?
Yeah, go ahead. I think you were in here even when I bought it. So yeah, I got pressured into buying a bundle. I didn't even want it. So I got 3 games and the charging case. I kept the controller there.
You got pressured into buying a bundle, and now you regret it. What do you mean you got pressured into buying a bundle? What, did the employees throw you against the lockers like it was football hazing? And take the goddamn credit card out of your wallet to make this purchase? What the fuck do you mean you got pressured into buying a PS5? Were you just sitting there trembling like, oh my god, they're talking about a bundle. Fuck, I'm gonna have to do it. Sweat pouring down your face. You like 8 years old? You come in here acting like a big man, but your issue makes it seem like you're just a big baby. Like, what the fuck, man? Jesus. And the whole issue is super stupid anyway, because when you buy a PS5, you get games with it. It's bundled up. And I think the reason, and I could be wrong, this one I'm not 100% sure on, the reason they bundle PS5s with games is to prevent scalping or reselling. So that way you're not just getting like the raw console to like resell for profit. You get games with it as well that drive the value up, so you spent more on like the entire package than you did just the actual hardware. I'm pretty sure it's like anti-scalping measures, though I'm not 100% sure. But when you're buying a PS5, you're never just buying like a raw PS5 anymore. It's always bundled.
I get where you're coming from, where you didn't want to buy the bundle, but that's the only way you can get the system.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
So through GameStop, right now we're only doing bundles for PS5.
Is that in writing? I know. So you're gonna just say no, huh?
Yeah, I can't take it.
So you can't give me the refund for this shit right here?
No.
Absolutely massive props to the employee here, keeping a level head and just delivering a firm no. I love that. Lays out the facts. The only way you get the system is with a bundle. Not much I can do for you there, champ. You made a decision that you regret, and I can't help you. But stop blaming us. It's your fault. You're dumb, not us.
Like,
okay. When's your manager working so I can come and fuck with him? Because I'm gonna definitely come fuck with him.
It should be tomorrow.
Tomorrow? What's his shift?
He should be in the morning.
All right. And what's his name? I just come and I'm just gonna come fuck shit up. Like I'm telling you, I'm not fucking around.
The guy who got pressured into buying a PS5 apparently is gonna come make another big scene to the manager of the GameStop. How embarrassing. And this happens every single time. The customer is the one recording this. It blows my mind how every single time there's an event like this, it's always the biggest asshole that's recording it thinking they're right. He posted this in full confidence thinking that TikTok would be on his side, but instead all they did was steam his ham. They fucking slam dunked this guy across all of TikTok and on YouTube. I saw Jamari made a video about this as well. This guy's just become an absolute laughingstock, and it was entirely avoidable multiple ways. A, not making a big hoopla about you making a bad decision financially that you regret. Your fault. Take responsibility. Nothing GameStop can do for you here. And 2, not filming it yourself. You could have just not filmed it. And then 3, if you had the compulsive desire to film it, you couldn't fight the urge just scratching at your neck like, oh, I'm being an asshole and I gotta film it. Yes. Okay. Even after filming it, you could have just not posted it. Like, there were 3 ways of avoiding yourself being an absolute joke on the internet, and somehow all 3 of those filters you went right through. Impressive.
This is, you guys are trying to upsell motherfuckers. I could have paid $800 on StockX if that was the motherfucking case.
But you're just getting the system off.
I don't want no fucking Ratchet and Clank. Are you kidding me? You know what this is, bro.
No, like,
I pay $800 for some bullshit.
Like, say if like you wanted different games, like you legit like.
Can you give me in-store credit for all this?
Let me stop you right there, big guy. You do not want in-store credit at GameStop. They will give you like $15 for this entire PS5. It'll be $15 and like 5 toothpicks. In-store credit is the last thing you should be haggling for here. It is not worth it at all.
No, y'all trying to play me. It's a brand new game, and I'm here to return them.
saying y'all.
Y'all GameStop, and you represent GameStop. You ain't got no name tag or shirt, but you GameStop. So that's why I'm saying y'all. Yeah, if you don't want to represent it, then quit.
I work.
Ah, yes, the classic. You work at GameStop, which means you are GameStop. So all of my problems are your problems. I don't even know where to start with what just happened there. Telling him to quit if he doesn't rep GameStop. What does that mean? What are you talking about? This guy's giving you all the answers to your questions and you're still mad at him. It's your fault. You signed the receipt. You didn't have to pay $800 for the bundle if you didn't want to. You not only signed the receipt, you walked out of there and you went home, you marinated on it, and then you came back and made a big scene about it. Like, it's your fault. It's not this guy's fault. Telling him to quit his job if he's not there to, like, fight for GameStop tooth and nail is so silly. Oh, I can't stand, like, customers like this. These videos just always boil my blood. I've never even worked in, like, the customer service industries or anything like that, but my heart absolutely breaks for the people that have. It seems so miserable. And seeing customers in real life, like, you see the worst fucking people. It's so aggravating. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this a bit since the video was floating around, and that's really about it. See ya. Last year I made a lot of videos about Karens, those wild and wacky women that would go out in public and cause a big ruckus over nothing. While most of those women were postmenopausal, I was able to latch on to their titties and milk them a little bit for some content, but unfortunately that well began to run dry. Not that the Karens became an endangered species or self-aware enough to stop doing their stupid shit in public, it's just I lost interest in it. Every single meltdown from these women just became the exact same thing every time. Oh, what's this? Another video of Great Aunt Gertrude screaming about microchips in the gas station hot dogs? Seen fucking 50 of these this week. It just became the same thing. Like, they were all saying and doing the same shit. It reminds me of, like, in a Madden video game where if you look into the stands, you just see the same fucking NPC spectators looking on and cheering. That's what it felt like watching Karen videos. Just a whole bunch of clones doing the same shit. It was weird. So I stopped doing Karen content, but I'm happy to say a Karen video has surfaced today that is actually pretty interesting and unique. This happened at an airport.
He threw me to the ground! My name is Terry Ann Booz. I'm right the manager of the fucking airport here! That's not
This lady is fuming. She's so mad she just did a full scat, man. Just hit him with a skibbity-dee-dee-boo-bada-bop. Like, I don't know what the fuck she was saying. Who's got hobenin? It's like some gibberish Adam Sandler would have said in SNL back in the 90s as a joke. But she just couldn't get the words out because she's so fucking angry and heated over something that happened off camera. You'll learn about what happened here in a minute. But I also love the way she announces herself like it's a WWE entrance. My name's Terry Ann Woos, and I'm here at SmackDown vs. Raw 25 to let fucking Hulkmania run wild, brother, at this airport. Let's fucking go.
Who saw him choke me to the ground? Who saw me?
I saw you run through the door when you weren't supposed to.
He
And I saw him
me
push
to the
you out.
ground!
You deserve it! I'm pretty sure you're mistaken.
In a dress!
Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo! You fuck off!
Not helping.
Excuse me?
I want the manager of the airport here!
There really is a lot to unpack here. This is the most stereotypical Karen I think you could possibly envision, from the outfit to the statements she makes. She wants the manager of the airport. What are you expecting? Fucking JJ the jet plane to come in here and troubleshoot for you and, ask what's going on? Who do you think the manager of the airport is? It's not fucking Starbucks, like, you're not gonna be able to strong-arm your way to speaking to the airport manager. The delusion of these kind of Karens where they think they're always in the right and no matter what, they'll go from, like, victim to absolute evil supervillain in a second. She tries to, like, rally the people behind her. Who saw who saw him push me to the ground? Who saw it? Let's rise up, gamers! Who saw it? And then the crowd's just like, it was your fucking fault. You charged into a restricted area and got tackled for it. You brought this upon you. And then people get mad at her like, you deserve it. Fuck you. Boo-hoo. then she's like, oh, god damn it, no, fuck all of you. You know, who saw it? We saw it, and it's your fault. No, shut up, you didn't see anything. It's extremely hard to root for the TSA under any circumstances. I don't think in the entire history of the TSA they've ever been viewed positively by anybody. But in this video, they're the clear good guys here. They did that airport a justice by getting her away. So, fuck yeah, I guess. This isn't a very long video or anything, but I did want to talk about it because it just felt good to be home. I've seen it all from Karens until now. This is something different. This is a little more unique. It's goofy. It's wacky. It has everything you would expect from a Karen adventure. And I hadn't seen something like this before. So it was just nice and refreshing to see that the Karens are still out there and they can still surprise us. So that's why I just wanted to talk about it and bring it to your attention. That's about it. See ya. I have become a huge fan of watching school board meetings now. I treat it like a sport. But I'm not really cheering for anyone, I'm just there to appreciate the players going out there and giving it their best. I love watching this shit. With everything going on with masks and vaccines, school board meetings have become absolutely like a modern gladiatorial arena. It's extremely entertaining. And today I want to share the most recent one with you. This actually happened in my own backyard, the state of Florida. It's everything you'd expect from the state of Florida, just not with any bath salts at this, unfortunately. They said, hey, no drugs. So, unfortunately, we didn't get to see them playing at their optimal efficiency in their normal habitat. They were here sober, to the best of my knowledge, which I think is a bit of a shame. They should definitely change the rules at these school board meetings to allow for performance enhancers like meth, especially in Florida where it's just so common. But anyway, I'm going to show you some of the clips of the people going up there to talk, but I do want to say there was a fist fight there. And I can't show you the video because, unfortunately, I think YouTube would take it down. So I'm just going to do my best to paint a picture with words for you. Imagine your old librarian from middle school. You know, she's a bit of an old battle axe, right? You know, a little slippery scallywag. She's not very nice, and she's a bit of a wino. She hits the wine pretty hard, and she's squaring off against your own mother. Like, your actual mom is there. And I want you to imagine them locked into a bout of Mortal Kombat, but as if they were both drunk zombies. So nothing's really landing. And then eventually one of them gets like a titty push in. She goes for like a one-handed titty shove. So she shoves her titty back. And then it gets broken up by a police officer. There were some fists flying, but nothing connecting. They were throwing out some wet noodles. But it's like both of them needed glasses and decided not to wear them that day. So they were just like punching air. You know, it wasn't really even close to the target. It's like they were trying to punch ghosts around their target, or like fighting their spirit. So none of the punches landed except for the booby thrust, and then it gets broken up. But there was one person that really stood out to me in the fight. She wasn't directly participating, but it's this woman right here, wearing a full American flag dress. So we had a real patriot in attendance that day. Fucking female Duke Nukem over here just loves America, and she's there just trying to show her support for helping kids get sick. I am sorry the quality is a little low on that screenshot. It looks like a picture of Sasquatch. I'm sorry about that. That's the best quality I could find of her attire. But anyway, let me get into showing you the actual school board meeting clips.
I'm going to tell you that your time is up. The people of the state and this district are rising up, and you have awakened a sleeping beast.
That's right, baby. The beast is up and angry, ready to tear scalp from skull at the upcoming WrestleMania. I bet when she wrote that, she thought it sounded really cool and intimidating, but all I get is like 1990s Attitude Era WWE promotionals in my head.
Maybe the reason why we have people in the hospitals all this mask wearing. Did we ever think of that? Did we ever think of that?
Oh, wow. Now, there is a thinker. Oh man, yeah, I don't know if we ever stopped to consider that. Maybe it is the masks that are making everyone sick. Wow, she's really blowing the case wide open. She has like the actual thought processes of a child. You know, is she then going to start lobbying that we remove cracks from pavement because if you step on a crack, you break your mama's back?
Putting a mask on those children is robbing them of their education. You are robbing these kids of their developmental rights in terms of education. Are you educators? Don't you know that?
She is making a good point. Everyone knows that your brain turns off when your mouth is covered. Every time you go to eat something and your mouth gets full, like you just go fucking full brain dead for a split second. Everyone knows that. So she's at least making sense here. You simply cannot learn while wearing a mask, obviously. I mean, how are you expected to do mathematics if there's a mask over your face, right? Like, it's simple, it's elementary, really. I wonder if anyone ever told this lady that doctors and surgeons typically wear a mask when performing important operations. But that's probably a lie. I mean, the government probably made that up. I mean, you usually go under when you have like really important surgery, so you're asleep. They're probably not wearing a mask, and you're just being lied to. Since you haven't seen it with your own eyes, they're probably not actually wearing a mask. And if they were, they'd be drooling over themselves because their brain would be off. Like, you can't do anything when you have a mask on, obviously, as she's saying. So yeah, no, that's probably a lie. They're probably, when they're doing surgery, they're probably wearing like a leather jacket with like a cigar in their mouth or something, so that way they can really focus. Mrs. Claus here really is onto something. Like, you just can't learn if you're wearing a mask, and that's a really good argument, I think. Like, there's a lot of merit to that statement, if you're the dumbest fucking person on earth.
I want to talk about the real pandemic, child sex trafficking. By putting masks on these kids' face, you can't identify any of them.
What? Excuse me? Buddy, it's a school board meeting. For a second there, I thought he was going to start, like, complaining as, like a child sex trafficker himself. You know, it's like, I can never tell what their age is anymore, god damn it, and it's making my profession as a human trafficker much more difficult, god damn it, so this needs to go.
They don't care about your children. As a matter of fact, they hate them. They hate your kids. They hate my kids. They hate your kids. They hate my kids. Get it?
Yeah. Fucking busting out some stinky rhymes there for a second. She was about to go into a full-blown freestyle for him. I'm pretty sure everyone that showed up here to demand that masks be ripped off of kids' faces are the ones that actually hate their own kids. I don't think they even view them as their own children. I think they just view them as like political tools or something to enforce their own beliefs and agenda. So I think they're really kind of the ones that hate the kids. But that goes against the song she was about to bust out there, the little nursery rhyme she was working up. But like, there's just, I'm sure even like a 9-year-old can recognize like there's nothing to be lost by having a mask over your face. It's not like it's harmful. It's not like ruining your life. So what's the point? Even if you don't think it works, it's no different than just having a dress code at school. Like, if you go to a school and they say, hey, you can't have assless chaps, it's not like you're going to make a big hoopla about that. Like, no, I should be able to have my asshole exposed to the world, right? Like, it doesn't matter. If it's just part of the dress code, who cares, right? But to these people, it's more than just that. This is the only thing they have now. This is their whole personality, is just being against the mask and the vaccine. It's a stupid hill to literally die on. We've already seen, what, like 10 different radio hosts that kept preaching no mask, no vaccine, just literally die from it, and then talk about how much they regretted it. So, I mean, it's a cycle that seems to want to continue. And I feel bad for the kids because it's their parents that are trying to hurt them just because they have a stupid belief. They are literally going to Gangnam Style on the corpse of their own kid for it. And I don't think they're gonna care either. But I just wanted to say that because I think she's really the one that hates her own kids, and she's just kind of projecting that on the school board that she's whining and complaining to.
99.9 live through this flu, especially the kids, and the data proves that too. Science and laws shouldn't be changing so fast. Has Nuremberg taught us nothing of medical tyranny in the past?
This guy's face really says it all. She brought up Nuremberg. Good lord. Like, some of these people are just too far gone, to be honest. Like, there's just nothing you can do. They just desperately need something to cling to that they feel makes them unique, or makes them feel smart, and this is what they've chosen. And I don't think many of these families ever really admit when they're wrong. I do remember not long ago, there was a family who 2 different members of the family died, and they ran 2 GoFundMe campaigns and still kept saying no mask, no vaccine, even in their own fucking GoFundMe campaigns, as they were lobbying for money for funeral services for the 2 members that died from it. So it's just one of those things, man. I don't know what you do about it except just sit back and laugh at them anymore. Like, there's just nothing you can do. They refuse to believe, like, the most basic understanding of anything, and it sucks, but it's a pretty fucking lit school board meeting, right? Like, the content from the school board meeting's pretty fucking A tier. Of course, I feel super bad for the kids because they didn't choose to have stupid parents. It's just really unlucky. And yeah, I just wanted to share some more cool school board meetings with all of you, and that's about it. See ya. Fasten your seatbelts. It's time for a good old-fashioned, red-blooded, American, patriotic public freakout. This one takes place on a golf course.
We got a Karen on the golf course right now.
You'll leave after I don't give you a goddamn thing.
I'm gonna take your clubs.
He seems like a character from Mad Men. Like, he is smoldering right now. That is mean mugging. And then he holds up the golf ball like he's about to do a magic trick with it to make it disappear. So, from what I understand here about this situation is, this group was golfing, and this gentleman, which I can't say that word because he is not a gentleman at all. He's not conducting himself in an appropriate manner for the golf course, which is a holy sanctuary of good manners and some light day drinking. He has picked up their ball and refuses to give it back. I don't really know why. Maybe he's out of balls and he resorted to just scavenging for one, maybe. But he has their ball. They're confronting him saying like, hey, give that back. And he's saying, nope. There's just already so much information here to digest and marinate on. Now, one of the members of this party that had their golf ball stolen by the gluttonous golfer threatens to take his golf clubs in return, which I imagine they were just saying out of, jest and making fun of him. But you have to be cautious because clearly this man is resorting to caveman brain. He's going primal right now. He's not processing information rationally. So he might take that as a declaration of war, like a legitimate threat. If you're talking about taking someone's golf clubs, you're basically threatening to take their firstborn child to some of these golfers out here. So you just gotta be wary of the headspace the guy's in right now.
Then leave.
I'm not getting a fight at a golf course.
Then leave. I'm gonna stand here and you can complain. Goodbye.
I'm not complaining. You're the one bitching.
No, you're the one that approached me and I asked you to no longer speak.
You took her ball!
Please don't speak to me.
We're coming over.
I'll be honest here, I can't help but appreciate his power stance. The way that he holds himself is actually pretty impressive. It's a legitimate NPC stance. He's got this spiritual pressure that I can taste through the video. So he's drawing a line in the sand. He's saying, I'm not fucking leaving. You can sit here and complain, but I've got your ball and I'm not giving it back. So the Grinch has come out here and stolen Christmas, and he did it all while wearing Steve from Blue's Clues shirt. I love that he's got the green striped shirt on because since I grew up with Blue's Clues, I see a shirt like that and I immediately associate it with like a really nice person, and this guy is wiping his ass with that whole fucking idea. Because this guy is not nice at all. In fact, you know what? I'll say he's a bit of a jerk. Pardon my French.
You took her ball!
Bro, you took her ball.
Dude, I'm not gonna fight you over a
If you need money for her golf balls...
I'm going to, Walter. Because I'll plant you, bitch boy. Now get the fuck off the cart.
Walter.
Walter?
Oh, here we go.
You see that?
Oh.
That's what you've been to heaven, bitch, and you want to test God? You fucking come get it, shit stack.
I'm a little disappointed he didn't rip the shirt off Hulk Hogan style. The fact that he, quickly takes it off like it's about to get sensual took away from the impact of the peak male physique reveal. Now shit's starting to pop off. It's about to look like 6th Street in Austin, Texas after the bars closed down. That's a really specific reference, but I think a lot of you understand what I'm talking about. There's this street in Texas with a ton of bars, and every single time the bars close, all the fights just start breaking out outside on that street all the time. Most of the street fights you see on the internet actually come from that area. That's like the genesis of fighting. Like, that's where fighting was invented, really. But anyway, let's dial back the clock a little bit. He said something very interesting that caught everyone off guard when he said Walter, and that he would plant him bitch boy. So all at once, the crowd says, Walter? 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 Like, no one knows where that came from, so I believe what happened here is for a brief moment, this dude traveled to a different dimension, and he was fighting a ghost named Walter. No one seems to know where that came from, but that was finally the last straw there, when he takes his shirt off. Walter was there, and he was ready to fuck him up.
Oh.
You think I'm mentally ill?
I know you're
Been to heaven. Leave me alone.
So that's the second time he mentioned heaven. So the first time when the shirt comes off, he makes this statement about, this is the body that went to heaven, so if you want to challenge God, then come get it, shit stack. I don't exactly know what a shit stack is. I guess if I was to put the context clues together and use the very obvious, it would be like a piece of poop on a piece of poop on a piece of poop, like a whole fucking tower of it. But who does that? I've never seen a shit stack per se. But what's the most interesting part here is that he keeps mentioning heaven. And I don't exactly know what that's about, but it is pretty intimidating. That gives some psychopath energy. Reminds me of Hey Arnold with the don't hit me, I'll hit me. Like the whole thing being act as crazy as possible to stop a fight from happening. Maybe that was the tactic here, so that way he could have them leave on their own accord and he gets to keep their ball, he gets the treasure. Like, you know, maybe it's possible. But yeah, either way, I just found this to be really interesting because it goes 0 to 100 so quick. Because for some reason he inexplicably takes their ball and refuses to give it back. And it turned into this big song and dance. It just feels like so many people are on edge all the time and are willing to die for things that are super small. It just, I don't know, it's just a wild phenomenon that I'm noticing being very common these days. Also, there's another thing I want to point out. When he takes his shirt off initially, he looks down at himself a couple times, and then when he looks up, he looks almost surprised, as if he didn't know what to expect when his shirt came off there. Maybe, like, it wasn't the same view that he has of his body when he looks at himself in the mirror, so it caught him off guard. I don't really know. But yeah, I just wanted to share this, because it's been a little while since we went over just a good old-fashioned public freakout. That's about it. So yeah. I think it's time we finally talk about the true victims of the coronavirus lockdown and quarantine, which is of course the middle-aged, short-tempered Karens. These brave women have been trapped at home for the last month with no one to complain to except their anti-vax Facebook groups, no one to yell at besides their husbands, no managers that they can speak to. They have all of this rage bottled up inside of them, but nowhere public to melt down and let it all out in a nuclear explosion of screeching and screaming and threatening lawsuits. But the good news is things are opening up again, which means the Karens now can go back out into society and make it a worse place. So please join me on this adventure. I'll be your host. I'll be like fucking David Attenborough here, and let's observe the Karens going back to their natural habitats after their hibernation.
Fuck you!
Ah, wonderful. A chain-smoking middle-aged woman with her siren song, such an angelic melody, true mastery over her divine vocal cords, able to deliver this banshee's wail, fuck you.
No, it's not enough! Park your car. No! Like, what the hell? You better get the fuck away from me. Fuck you! We have a car.
The wild Karen's sharp instincts kick in, hearing the sound of potential danger. She feels as though the essential oils in the backseat of her car are threatened by a potential predator, so she lashes out blindly, hoping that the guttural shouts and puffing of her feathers will be enough to scare away the enemy.
Yeah, this is a roadway over here, ma'am. Can you please move? Everyone better stop fucking yelling at me right now, as I'm not fucking moving. Can you please move your car? Thank you!
She didn't mean that thank you. That wasn't sincere at all. I'm starting to get the feeling that she's just not a very pleasant person to be around.
I don't listen to you either, Shield. Listen, you short fucking piece of shit.
Now you've gone too far, lady. Out here looking like the substitute teacher at Hogwarts for the Defense Against the Dark Arts course. Fucking scary looking loud lady. Fucking hanging out in this drive-thru looking straight out of a 1970s newspaper comic strip. Truly rude from this woman here. This woman looks like menopause. She looks like if menopause was a person.
Okay? Grow some... She called me a short fucking piece of shit. Grow some fucking balls, baby! Grow some fucking balls! Shut the fuck up and leave. No! I'm not moving. Talk all the fuck you want, all you fucking Hawaiians. The white lady's fucking crazy. You can talk all the fuck that you want, you fucking motherfucker. No, it's not enough! It is not!
Unfortunately, that's where the video ends, but I don't think her anger stopped there. As you could hear, she was still screaming, still going in really hard. I half expected her to take a baseball bat to her own car just out of the confusion from the anger, just hurt itself in the confusion. It is truly baffling how someone can get this upset and have so little shame to just do it in public like this. And I think that's what makes Karens so special. They don't have that level of shame or self-awareness, so they keep going out and embarrassing themselves. And since they've been locked up for a month, they have a month's worth of embarrassment to catch up on. So they're really kind of speedrunning that because there's been so many of these things going on. I'll show you a few of them. Let's keep going.
People here that's enjoying themselves, okay? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the last part. Now what are you doing? Now what are you doing? Hey, sweetheart, there's kids here. There's kids here.
This one was actually one of the saddest ones and most embarrassing in my opinion. This is a Karen that's been heckling a group of street performers that are performing for these people that are just now leaving their house for the first time in a month, just to give them something else to think about and entertain them, and Karen said, well, I can't imagine anyone having fun. I'm pretty miserable. Everyone should be miserable. She's like Dr. Zalost from Courage the Cowardly Dog, very unhappy, so she's shooting her cannonballs of unhappiness at everyone around her. So she just plants herself here. She gives this very incredible Ginyu Force pose here with the double middle fingers. Really bold stuff.
There's kids here. There's kids. Oh, you should have some respect, sweetheart. Please. Thank you. Could you please leave? Could you please leave? Please.
She refuses to leave. This is a 4-part TikTok video. I didn't even know TikTok had anything other than just shitty lip singing and dancing, so this was kind of an interesting surprise. And I'd like to bring attention to this. I know I'm no major fashion icon myself, but I do have to say I don't understand her sock decision here with the different lengths. It's like Titus from Final Fantasy X with his pants. She has a sock that goes up to her knee and the other one's an ankle sock. So that right there tells me that she just desperately craves attention, so she's trying her best to be unique and not like the other girls with her fashion by having different lengths of socks, which is kind of sad, but it also fits in line with what she's doing here, making herself the center of attention for no reason and at the cost of everyone else's fun.
Sweetheart, we're doing flips in here. For format. Can you please move over? You were just standing right there. Why would you come right here in our way? Can you move over? Can you please move over? Can you please move over? Please? Please? Can you please leave? Can you please leave?
Spoilers, she doesn't leave. She's made up her decision. She is going to ruin everyone else's day because her day and most of her days are apparently not very good. So she's taking it out on everyone around her. And this persists for a long time. I'm not going to show every part from this very pathetic saga here, but I am going to show a little bit. We'll go to part 2 now.
No, you don't have to give her anything, no?
One of the mothers from the crowd is begging with the lady to please leave because they want to watch the show, and of course, the Karen refuses to do that. But what I find extremely interesting about this part, as you just heard, some woman in the crowd express support for what she's doing by saying it's a public square, she can stand wherever the fuck she wants. I think that is incredible. I will never understand how people can see behavior like what this woman is doing and be like, you know what? I agree with that. She should be allowed to ruin everyone else's day. It's a free country. If I want to ruin everyone else's day because I'm fucking miserable, I can do it. And fuck all of you. I like that the crowd stood up and said fuck off and told that lady to leave and she immediately left. I just have to wonder how. This is huge. Everyone, no matter what, will always have supporters. No matter how heinous and unlikable you are, there's always going to be people that will support you. I don't know if that's uplifting for some people to hear or not, but I think it's depressing. There should be objectively wrong ways of handling things, and this is one of those from this Karen standing here ruining the day, and yet still someone finds a way to support it. Crazy to me.
We're gonna wake this place up. Follow me, fellas. Let's wake this place up. Everybody wants the Soul Brothers back. Follow me, fellas.
Luckily, this fairy tale does have a happy ending. The police show up and escort her the fuck out of there, which is great news for everyone there. It's pretty wild how long it went on for, though. The police had enough time to walk over there and get her out before she left. That's a long time of just making the atmosphere worse around her. And I know she's going to go home and think that she was in the right. She probably talked about it on Facebook groups about how brave she was. And, you know, everyone clapped when she ruined the performance. Everyone was thrilled with her stand for justice or some shit. So the delusion, I'm sure, is still there. I don't think she had any amount of self-reflection or awareness for what she did or how bad she is as a person for this kind of shit. But that's Karen's in a nutshell. Let's move on to the next one.
3 inches away from our fucking car. I couldn't even get into my fucking car. I had to climb over.
Oh, but you're sitting in it?
I had to climb over, dumbass. Did you not hear what I just fucking said?
While yes, that experience does sound traumatic, there was another way of approaching this situation. You could have backed the car up and then got in normally. You chose to climb over the driver's seat and turn that shit into a playground to get there.
Post that, I will sue you, you stupid.
Go right ahead. I'll sue you, because you can't post someone's face on the internet without permission.
I'm gonna go.
For some reason, these Karens that spend the majority of their life on Facebook and reading 50 Shades of Grey fanfic still don't seem to understand that you can't sue someone for recording you in a public situation. But I do like the way she phrases that. You can't put someone's face on the internet without their permission. It reminds me of Arthur, where you can't go on the internet and tell lies. It has that same level of innocence to it to a certain degree, but I think it's time they finally get educated on Facebook instead of just believing in these fucking weird conspiracy theories and shit, to understand that yes, it is totally legal to record in public.
It's not illegal. They're threatening me. She told me she hopes I get raped by a pitchfork, and I'm gonna go to the cops, and I need evidence. So what is the problem? They parked it. I couldn't get into my car. I had to climb over. And then when we were talking about it, about how close they parked, she came and went, "Oh, you stupid ass bitch, you wanna talk?" And wrong. I told you my boyfriend did not hit your car because you said if my boyfriend hit your car, you were gonna call the cops.
Yeah, this shit is devolving into elementary school shit really fast, and the security guard clearly wants nothing to do with it. He leaves like a second after he just says, hey, can you guys just handle it, and he just walks away. Respect to that guy, because who the fuck wants to be in the middle of this?
Stop arguing with the stupid fucking whore. If you keep arguing with the fucking whore, they keep arguing with you. If I find that video online, I'm fucking suing you and I'm calling the cops, and they're gonna come get your ass.
I do appreciate that threat right there from her. You know, that's some Xbox Live shit. My dad works at Bungie, and he'll get you banned if you steal my sniper again. It has that same level of energy, so there is a level of intimidation in there. That's pretty much where the video ends. It's just back and forth of just, like, baby whining, like baby raging at each other. I don't know. It's not even, like, insulting anymore. It's just kind of like actual whining. But, yeah, all over a parking spot. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. I think there's something about cars that really tap into the primal rage receptors of the Karens, because a lot of the Karen outbursts happen around vehicles, so it's kind of like this catalyst for explosion among the Karens. It's very interesting. It helps channel their aggression and really bring it to the highest level it can be. She's all over the place now, attacking the spectators. She sounds like Miss Piggy having a fit, throwing a weird little tantrum here. She's speaking as if she's writing this shit on Twitter from behind the computer monitor, but in real life you can't hide behind an anime profile pic, so now she's just got her face attached to this despicable shit. Honestly, a pretty thrilling conclusion. I would have liked to see where it went, because she was clearly in hot pursuit, like some Mad Max shit, honking that horn, coming in hot. But unfortunately, there's no more to that video. But yeah, there's been a ton of Karen sightings and incidences over the last week or so. I just felt it wasn't necessary to show every single one. I think these kind of represent the general attitude of how it's been getting reacclimated to the, you know, Karen meltdowns out in the world. Now that they've allowed to leave their homes, and you know, they don't have to keep tapping into the wine cellar reserves, so it's getting wild out there again. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I learned very early on in life that you can tell a lot about a person based on how they treat workers, whether that be retail workers at a store, waiters and waitresses at a restaurant, fast food workers, anything. It's like a little cheat code into the human psyche. You can tell if someone's an insufferable douchebag based on how they interact with employees out in the world. If someone's being mean and disrespectful to someone that's just trying to do their job, then chances are they're a worthless asshole. And I don't need to be a licensed psychologist in order to diagnose them with terminal douchebag personality syndrome. But by far the most infuriating are the stupid douchebags, the troglodyte imbeciles that will get mad at the employees for decisions the company made, as if the employees had any say-so in whatever the fuck you're complaining about. You saw it all the time during the early pandemic when companies asked that the customers wear a mask, so the employees were forced to enforce the rule, and would face so much backlash from the customers as if they were the ones that made it. Like, they're just trying not to get fired. So you have all these inbred weirdos losing their mind like, how dare you muzzle me, you goddamn communist, telling me how to live my life. I will beat your ass in the parking lot, bend over so I can suck a fart out of your butt. As if the employee that you're yelling at and threatening to beat up had anything to do with the actual thing you're complaining about. They had no say-so. They were just a fucking employee of the company doing their job. And it happens all the time in retail, but this was the first example I could think of since that was happening all over the place on Facebook back during the early pandemic. Just being rude, mean, and nasty to workers who are just doing their job is by far the easiest way to identify a piece of shit. And I'd love to show you a perfect example of this. This is a customer who's melting down at a fast food worker who quite literally did nothing wrong at all.
Hey, can I ask you something, by the way? No, it's just that every time I come here, like, at the late night hour, I don't know why, you're, like, very, like, it's not even me, because I know it's not just me. Like, I'm sure you're, like, this way with everyone. You just, like, are very impatient. Like,
this man's face really tells the whole story, hitting this guy with the Kubrick stare and just a little bit of shock, like, are you fucking kidding me right now? You're gonna lecture me at, like, 3 a.m. here on absolute nothing? Man's hitting him with a goddamn thespian troupe monologue here. He's absolutely rehearsed this in the mirror, hyped himself up like, I'm gonna give this employee a piece of my mind over nothing.
if like, you don't want this job, you don't have to be here. Like, I'm just letting you know, like, you literally rush my order every single time, and I hate having you.
Imagine going to a fast food drive-thru and complaining that the food came out too quickly. That's the whole definition of fast food, is that it arrives in a timely manner to you. What are you there for then if you wanted slower prepared food? Go to a moderate speed restaurant. Or you can go to IHOP and never get your food, because by the time you get your food, you will have died by old age. Like, I don't understand what the complaint even is. He's mad that this guy rushed his order. That is the whole goddamn point of fast food, that it is prepared quickly for you. You are arguing a non-issue to a guy who is very clearly not interested and doesn't deserve it. This guy is just doing his job at the late night hour to serve your absolute incompetent, disrespectful, entitled ass, and you have the audacity to shit on him for it.
And I mean, I'm sure my word means nothing to you, but I'm just telling you, you have the choice to have a different profession. This isn't a profession. I'm sure you're just very incompetent and you have to work here. But I'm not being ignorant either.
Yeah, definitely not being ignorant at all. Just some kind of unhinged lunatic going through the drive-thru to insult a worker who's done nothing wrong at all. Saying that it's not a real profession and that he must be incompetent. As if the guy recording has a fucking job. He absolutely just came from an affluent family and is entitled. You can tell just by the way he talks. He probably has his pinky up on the cup that he just got there.
It's just like, I come here to get food. Who cares, like, if I've been drinking or doing whatever? Like, I come here at a late night hour, I get food. Every time I have you, I fucking hate it. It makes me sick.
Yeah, this absolute brain-rotted, goofy goober just self-reports and says that he's been drinking. So the man is drunk driving through a drive-thru, and he has it on camera and posted it himself. How dumb do you have to be? And to publicly go out there and embarrass yourself like this is so wild to me because he recorded it himself. He planned to go to this guy and confront him for justice, you know? This one's for the people. It's time we rise up against this one employee just doing his job. So he films this, watches it back, and posts it himself saying, yep, I look pretty good here. Can't wait to share it with my friends. Post it on Facebook for all of his friends to fucking laugh at him. And now he will never live it down. He is forever known as this shit stain. This greasy goblin that insulted a worker for no reason whatsoever. And it is the ultimate delusion that he is the one belittling and insulting this worker for his job, while I imagine he himself doesn't hold down a steady job. I don't know too much about the guy personally. There's not a whole lot of info behind this person here. But just by the way he talks, I can tell that he's very entitled. He most likely came from an affluent family, driving around right now in a car his parents paid for, probably wearing a stained plaid shirt after a night of drinking with the boys, desperately trying to get laid, but getting rejected for the millionth time. So now he's just mad at the world. Just full-blown bah humbug, going Scrooge right now. I'm going to the drive-thru and I'm just going to give this guy a piece of my mind. And this is the result.
Sorry about that. No, I'm sure you're very sorry about it. I'm sure you're very sorry about it. But you are very shitty to me every time I come here.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sure you're not actually sorry, and you're just saying that because, like, whatever's happening or you're being recorded. So
There is nothing this guy can say or do from this point forward that will convince me that he's not an absolute insufferable douchebag. This guy could quite literally put on the cape and become the real world Batman, and I would still think he sucks. I have no respect for people like this guy. I hate it. It drives me fucking nuts. And the fact that he also loosely admits to drunk driving in the video just makes it even worse. He is two of the things I have the least respect for. Someone who's rude to workers for no reason, and a drunk driver. This man is the whole package, like the entire starter kit for being a douchebag. An actual piece of shit. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. It's time I introduce you to the most powerful organization on the planet. More powerful than any government that currently exists, more aggressive than Scientology, more secretive than the Men in Black. I'm talking of the Freedom to Breathe Agency. The FTBA has existed for as long as humans have, subtly guiding our history and shaping human evolution. Kind of like Area 51, they've been nothing but a myth, a legend, talked about in hushed whispers behind dumpsters, and never really understanding the full scope of the power the FTBA OTPHJ holds until recently. The Freedom to Breathe Agency has gone into the public eye, rising to the surface to be at the forefront of justice with one simple mission: refuse to wear a mask and sue anyone that politely asks you to. The Freedom to Breathe Agency is obviously started by those brain-rotted Karens that think if you put anything over your face, it's going to suffocate and kill you. So with the same mentality as children who think the Easter Bunny is leaving Easter eggs around their house, these Karens believe that our God-given right to breathe air is being stepped on. So let's go ahead and see how they're combating this.
That you guys been challenging people on these subjects. Okay, so we are at FTBA, the Freedom to Breathe Agency. We are with the people organization, making sure that people's constitutional rights, civil and federal laws are not broken, okay? And so you personally need to take this to your manager because you personally can be sued for this.
This is a rare sighting of one of the elites of the Freedom to Breathe Agency here. This woman who looks like a methed out Paris Hilton is issuing this employee a citation letting her know that she is personally liable to be sued should she ever ask someone to wear a mask again. God forbid the FTBA be within earshot of a mask request because they will pounce on you. They will fuck you in the mouth and the ass at the same time. Because the FTBA, they don't play around. When it comes to the right to breathe air, nobody enforces it better. They're like the air mafia. Air may have started as God's creation in their eyes, but now the FTBA has become more powerful than God himself. They own the air. It's their monopoly, and they get to choose who's breathing the air and how they're breathing the air. And while they may not be an actual legitimate federal agency, that doesn't stop them from being scary as fuck. I mean, just look at that official badge she's wearing here. Whipped up in Microsoft Paint over the course of 15 laborious minutes. Like, come on. You're defenseless against these arbiters of justice. If you see one of these members walking down the street with this badge, turn around and just go the other fucking way, because you're not even worthy of breathing the same air that they are, unless they're trying to serve you a lawsuit, which you will likely deserve because you had the audacity to ask one of these post-menopausal women to put on a fucking mask, you goddamn swine.
Okay?
I'm just following the store policy.
I am telling you, you are probably paid $15 an hour or $12 an hour, okay? But you are putting yourself into a major legal liability.
It always just blows me away how these miserable, dusty, crusty old harpies just can't resist the urge to be an asshole at every possible opportunity. Throwing this woman's wage in her face for no reason other than to condescend to her, even though this lady's likely never had a job and just mooches off of her husband's successful career, which is why she has so much free time to make shitty badges and bullshit lawsuits out of fucking nowhere, and yet she still feels entitled enough to shit on someone who is working for a living. It is pathetic, truly fucking sad and pathetic, and especially for the FTBA, who's trying to be like an official organization, to go do shit like this. It's fucking silly. I mean, the whole thing is fucking silly. I don't even know why I'm trying to even give them the generosity of saying trying to pursue an official organization, because they're not and they never will be, they never could be. It is actually an organization fronted by miserable old women like this. You can see her friend from the fucking 50 Shades of Grey book club is filming this entire thing, thinking that this is somehow in the right for their Facebook group, in which they do have a private Facebook group. The FTBA is just such cowardly bullshit Karens. They can't have a public Facebook group because they're just so goddamn sensitive. But they do have a website, so hats off to them there. It's a dog shit website, but at least they can almost use the internet to some capacity other than just hiding in garbage Facebook groups.
Wow.
Okay?
They need to get the fuck out of here.
Alright. Okay, you guys need to be careful.
Look at how proud she is of herself. This is the most she's accomplished since she was on the high school cheer squad 50 years ago. Once again, the supermarket is safe thanks to the FTBA. If there's air, there's justice. I guarantee this woman thinks she's one of the nicest people in the world. They all do for some reason, because these delusional idiots all think that they're doing the world a favor by harassing employees at retail stores and just people in general. They think that they're doing the world a favor by just being these miserable assholes. And they just genuinely think they're in the right no matter what you say to them, no matter what you could possibly prove to them. You'll never convince them that they're anything more than just a miserable piece of shit. So, that's the sad reality of it, but the FTBA doesn't stop and start with this one woman here. Like I said, it is trying to be an organization, and they've created these fake mask exemption cards that I'm sure you've seen by now, because for some reason these were very popular. Pretty sure they were just handing them out at like local retirement homes or some shit like that. But this little hall monitor badge here does absolutely nothing for you. This would be about as useful as giving someone a Pokemon card and then saying this proves that you're exempt from wearing a face mask in public. It's a whole bunch of fucking bullshit. In fact, the Department of Justice had to come out and say, no, we didn't issue these cards, this is bullshit. And if you ask me, that should be a crime to print cards like this and claim that it's from an official entity when it's not. I think they should be completely sued and each member of the FTBA hold personally liable in each suit on an individual level, just like how this woman in the supermarket was saying to the employee. I think that would be some poetic justice. It takes one glance at this library card to realize that it's fake, but even still, it doesn't stop these fucking brainwashed idiots from using this as something real. For some reason, people are convinced this is a legitimate thing, even though it has been proven from the actual Department of Justice to be bullshit. Which goes back to what I was saying, that even when you can objectively prove something is wrong, people will still believe it just for the sake of believing it, which is sad, but it is what it is. This whole thing is like some shit out of a Saturday morning cartoon, like a scam that Ed, Edd n Eddy would have used to get some jawbreakers, making fucking cards saying you're exempt from something. That is just the silliest concept, and these people are actual goddamn toddlers. I wouldn't be surprised if they got this idea from a cartoon. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to make you all aware of one of the most powerful organizations out there. So, sleep in fear, sleep with one eye open, knowing that the FTBA, the Freedom to Breathe Agency, is always watching. They're everywhere and nowhere. That's it. See ya. We've entered another mass extinction event on the same level as the last ice age, although this time it has nothing to do with weather or really even the planet. It has to do with middle-aged women. The Karens are indeed going to be civilization's crumbling. At least that's what I firmly believe. These Karens show no signs of slowing down. Their activity only continues to grow and escalate, powered by Facebook, energy crystals, and essential oils they rub on the rim of their asshole. These Karens seem unstoppable. Let's go ahead and take a peek at some new ones.
Let's record now. Please leave the fucking store. Oh, really? Wow. Okay, that's harassment. I'm filing charges.
Karens continue to be more confident thanks to being cheered on by other postmenopausal women that haven't felt happiness in 2 decades, so they now start recording themselves being a public nuisance, thinking that they're in the right and that everyone around them looks like the asshole, when really any rational person could watch this video and immediately see who the real piece of shit is here, which is the woman filming, of course. The lady that attempts to hit her with the shopping cart, I totally understand her frustration. Honestly, kinda wish she had just doubled down and committed to it, just blast her ass with that cart, treat her like the annoying speed bump that she is, and just run her over.
That's your name? There you go. Nice. That's okay. I'm actually not. So you guys, she just almost physically threatened me. So I'm sorry, but under the Colorado Revised State Law, there's no grounds.
These freedom fighters that blindly fight for what they consider justice of not wearing a mask and being a shit stain on society have to be history's most annoying group of people to ever exist. They are by all definitions an evolutionary disaster. Instead of advancing, these people are constantly going backwards, willingly, knowingly, devolving. These kind of people can't even accidentally almost get something right. I spent like an hour and a half going through the Colorado revised state laws and statutes to see if maybe this diarrhea driveling idiot had some kind of point that was almost accurate, but she's just outright wrong. Unsurprisingly, there is nothing in Colorado's revised laws and statutes that overturn a private business's right to kick out any customer that doesn't follow the business's policy. It is still the business's fucking right to kick out any customer that doesn't follow the fucking policy the business has put in place. Now, maybe I missed something. That's entirely possible. There was a lot of shit I had to go through, a lot of goofy fucking laws that I caught myself up on in Colorado. And maybe I did miss something, but I find that a little unlikely, because what's most probable here is that this troglodyte saw one post on Facebook, uncredited, unsourced, no proof, that said, according to Colorado state laws, businesses have no rights over you. And she just believed it at face value, did no research. That's probably what this is. Because I didn't see anything, and I went through the shit, and I guarantee she hasn't done any research on anything in her entire fucking life. These people are actual zombies, incapable of doing any amount of even the bare minimum work to think for themselves. They can't even fucking come up with their own original thoughts anymore. This lady is just a drone. She is an actual Facebook drone.
No. You can't deny me service. You can't trespass. That's okay, because I'm going to show the cops the law. It doesn't matter. Nope, sorry, it doesn't matter.
Oh, you're gonna show the cops the law, huh? You're going to educate the police officers with your fucking dance therapy degree and something you pull up on Facebook? I'm sure they're gonna love that. I'm sure that's just what the cops want after their millionth call to deal with these Karen pests. I'm sure that they're gonna like that.
I'll just wait for the cops to get here.
Why don't you wait for him outside?
Ron.
Yeah, why don't you wait
I'm not. I'm going to wait right here where I almost got hit by a cart from a lady.
Almost got hit by a cart.
I did. She rammed her cart into me, and I have a witness.
She's not wrong here. I also witnessed it. There was almost justice. That vigilante with the shopping cart, the modern day Batwoman, trying to save the store from Karen's wrath.
You can't. That's
We're
okay.
asking you to leave.
Threatening.
Get out of the store.
Sorry, you can leave.
No,
you can get out of my face. Get out of my face. Ron at Molly's Liquors in Lakeside.
I appreciate the shout out, Karen. Ron, if I'm ever in the area, I'm absolutely buying liquor from that fine ass, baby. That's what I like to see. I like to see employees standing up against this kind of childish garbage. Every employee at this store really takes it to this woman and just begs her to get the fuck out because they don't like her, they don't like what she's doing. And that's what I like to see. I like to see people standing up to this kind of garbage. So, Ron, you got yourself a customer if I'm ever in the area.
You're gonna be under a lot. Nope, not leaving. I'm not gonna let you harass me like this. It's not a law. It's not a law. Not a law.
I don't care.
It's not a law.
The law says that you deny your service.
It's not a. No, the law. Do you? Okay.
We're not selling you
What
nothing
law
today.
went through the legislature to pass that you can't do that?
We're not selling you anything today.
I think her voice is extremely fitting for the entire community of people that are brainwashed zombies like this. She sounds like a parrot, and she's just mimicking what she's heard on Facebook, that it needs to be a law in order for it to be effective, which it doesn't. Since it's a private business, they have their own policy that they can enforce. And to everything I read in Colorado state revised statutes and laws, hasn't changed. So you're still kind of fucked here, Karen.
Oh, good. Because I'm going to show him the law. I'm going to show him the law.
I'm a private business. I can expel you if I want to.
Actually, you can't under the Colorado revised state law.
Can.
You absolutely cannot.
Well, let's find out.
All right, let's do. A woman tried to ram her cart into me, and I have it on video. And you're going to become under fire, son. You're like, good luck. Good luck.
So I'm pretty sure this is the store owner right here, and he fucking hates this lady. During her little sob story about how she almost got her foot lightly grazed by a shopping cart, I half expected this guy to just laugh at her, or maybe inquire a bit further like, ma'am, that's terrible, that's awful. Can you point her out for me so I can get this taken care of and handle it? It's her over there? Okay, thank you. Hey, that lady over there! All of her liquor is free. It's all on me. It's on the house. Thank you today, ma'am.
I'm not leaving until the cops get here. Good.
Need to leave.
Don't touch me.
You can't videotape.
Don't. I can't.
I don't care.
You guys don't know the law. Oh my God.
Get out. That's the law.
You guys have no idea what the law is.
Leave.
Nazis. Look at these Nazis.
It's Jeffco policy. Get out.
It's not a law.
This is Jeffco. Get out.
Nazis. Look at this, everybody.
Of course they're Nazis. Everyone who doesn't agree with me is a Nazi. Those fucking Nazis. All of them. All of those goddamn disgusting Nazis in the fucking liquor store. Telling me I can't go in there and be an asshole. Bunch of fucking Nazis, am I right?
Wow.
Leave our business. Matt, you're running into me. Don't touch me. Leave our business.
No, sorry, you're not going to treat me like this and get away with it. You're not going to treat me like this and get away with it.
We do not want you in our business. Go away.
You're not going to have a business pretty soon.
Really?
Good luck. Good luck.
Ma'am, it's like you're naked in my business. Please leave. You are naked in my business. No shoes, no shirt, no mask, no service.
You're in my face.
My man actually pulling out the naked card, putting it in terms someone this stupid could understand. No shirt, no shoes, no service. That's a classic. That is store policy. That's not like a state law that you need shirt and shoes in order to get served at a business. That's just a business's policy, and yet people have always accepted that as a fact. But for some reason, businesses requiring a mask, well, that just doesn't make any sense because it's not a law. And this guy trying to use this example to help her understand why they can decline her service, it just doesn't click with her. She doesn't understand. She can't understand. She's too delusional. She's too brainwashed, too deep into the hive mind of Facebook misinformation that not even the most simple terms for babies can register in her mind. And it's really sad to see.
It's a mandate and order is not state law. You guys have no idea what legislature process is, the legislative process?
Service, I can do it because I'm doing it.
I'm waiting for the cops.
I have no doubt she can't spell legislature, but still feels very confident in her knowledge in regards to laws and shit. Interestingly enough, she stops filming once the police are actually there, so, I mean, I imagine what happened is she showed them the law, the police apologized, groveled at her feet, and the entire store clapped for her. That's probably what happened, but she just forgot to film that part. Let's go to a different Karen. Yeah, this one's just a classic. This isn't even like a recent Karen freakout. This is just one that I really like. This woman comes at him with the powers of the dark side, going for like a force choke, going for like force lightning on him. And the police officer's fucking terrified, like backing up, damn near pissing his pants, and then brings out his taser. This Karen's treating this officer like how people tell you to treat a bear during a bear attack, you know, screaming, going wild, getting loud, getting big. It's like that episode of Hey Arnold where he convinces his bully not to beat him up because he's insane. She tried that approach here, but it didn't quite work. I mean, it could have been worse, I guess, but at least she went down with a bang, I gotta say. Like, that's one hell of a way of going out. Like, if this was my relative, I'd be almost proud. Like, you know what? Yeah, you got arrested for public urination or whatever, but damn, you really went down swinging. I like what you did there. I think that's enough Karens for today, honestly. Only 2, I know, but there's like 20 or 30 Karen videos every single day that I just haven't watched yet, because watching so many Karen videos just honestly makes you feel like everybody's that stupid. And that's a fucking rough feeling, to feel like every middle-aged woman is dumb like these people, because I know they're not, but there's so many of these videos every single day that they're somehow making it seem like every middle-aged woman is a Karen all of a sudden, which is fucking shocking and sad. So, I mean, I'll definitely do more Karen shit soon. There's so many, but for now, just these 2 for today. That's it. See ya.